Camel and Johnson gonna talk about sports today. You can disagree, I don't care what you have to say. Bet by odds, you know how Vegas play. 5 days go by, then you have the last say. Stephen A. and his sidekick Max, Nick Wright and Jenna get taxed. Shannon and Skip, Marcellus in the back. Big Whitlock got fired where you at. These sports reporters ain't giving you the facts. Don't bet your life cause you won't get it back. It's the Last Say podcast, that's where it's at. It's the Last Say, have a nice day. It's the Last Say, it's the Last Say. I always like to start the show off by talking about these whack ass sports reporters. And I'm going to start it off with Colin Cowherd, who continues to make stupid ass predictions and sports talk sayings. This idiot, Colin Cowherd. This idiot said if Georgia was in the Pac-12, they would go to the championship every single year. Colin, you know why the Pac-12 have horrible records? Because they beat up each other all throughout the season. You got USC, UCLA, Oregon, Stanford, Utah, Washington, Cal, Arizona, Colorado, Oregon State, and Washington State. Let me tell you Georgia's first 3 games last year. Vanderbilt, Murray State, and Arkansas State. Any of those Pac-12 teams that I just mentioned will beat those 3 teams that's on Georgia's list for the first 3 games of the year. I like the SEC, the Big Ten, and how they have these. It's just like Alabama. They play Citadel. You know, I like how the Pac-12 don't play schools like that. That would be like the Pac-12 playing CSUN, LA Trade Tech, LA College, West LA. Come on, man. Stop thinking that conference is better than the Pac-12. Y'all never want to give the West Coast talent when all the talent is coming out of the West Coast. Now I want to bash Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson asked his co-host, if you can bet, can you bet whatever amount you want on a sporting event? Really, Keyshawn? Quit acting dumb. You know everything else, but you wouldn't know about sports betting. Come on, man. Somebody on your show last week said it wasn't, I don't think it was Zubon, I don't think it was Jay Williams, said the Chicago Bears can't blame it on Mitch Trubisky. I'll repeat that. Host or guest on ESPN Radio last week said that the Chicago Bears can't blame this season or blame this franchise struggles on Mitch Trubisky. We'll be right back, and I'm going to tell hip, hop, hop, hip. Got stabbed by blood, got shot by grip. Rolling in the S5, nigga, don't trip. Diamonds on my wrist, $1,000 fish. Niggas trying to diss, bitches trying to kiss. Stacy Dash on top of my list. Bullets flying everywhere, niggas still miss. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a DRO. Got dookie chains hanging to the floor. Pedicure all over my toe. Got a Benz, got a Porsche, and I still want more. Ho. Are saying that you can't blame this season on Mitch Trubisky. You can't blame the failures, the struggles of the Chicago Bears on Mitch Trubisky. And I said, sure you can. Mitch Trubisky, not only did he cost them Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, but he may have set that organization back for 3 years, if not more. Now, after trading up into the draft to pick him, now you're talking what? 3 years later, 4 years later, you got to go back into the draft and to select a quarterback. Now think about this for a minute. Deshaun Watson had won a championship and you picked a guy that only won 7 games. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I can't explain that. After the Steelers defeated the Cowboys last week, Ben Roethlisberger said Dallas may be America's team, but we're the world's team. Big Ben, a.k.a. the Dragger. And you all know why I'm calling him the Dragger. He likes to drag women by the hair into bathrooms. We suck, Ben. We only won 2 games. That's the only reason the stadium wasn't full of Cowboy fans. I've already checked out for the season. You don't see all my Cowboy items on my table here? Come on. Ben, we'll always be America's team. The world's team. You're not that popular, Big Ben. You got Pittsburgh fans all over, but you got more Cowboy fans. Don't let your head swell up too big. You may not ever win another Super Bowl. Ever. And that's a true statement. If there was bets out on it, I would have to bet against you. Y'all undefeated. That don't mean nothing. Wait till you run up against KC. Let's see if you're going to be undefeated then. Milwaukee Bucks small forward Sterling Brown sued Milwaukee police for a whopping $750,000 after being roughed up by police officers after parking in a handicapped parking space. Good for you, Brown. Good for you. The Chicago White Sox manager, Tony La Russa, was charged with a DUI a day before the White Sox hired him. They knew about the DUI and they still hired him. Tony allegedly ran into a curb. The 76-year-old still getting drunk. Still 76 years old and you still getting DUIs. 76 years old and you drinking and driving. They said when he got stopped, he showed his World Series rings, thinking that was going to get him out of trouble, telling the officer he's a Hall of Famer. Shame on you, Tony. Shame on you. College football news. Alabama, LSU, Texas, A&M, Minnesota, Auburn, Mississippi, Arkansas. Head coach. All had contact with somebody with COVID. And remember, all those fans ran out on the field last week after Notre Dame defeated Clemson. And they said all those players had to get tested. Well, I seen all those players on the field yesterday as Notre Dame defeated Boston College. We got NFL talk. I'm going to stop mixing up politics, gossip, world news with the sports. I'm kind of getting off script here. So we're going to be getting back on script, doing all sports. And if we're going to talk about politics, gossip, world news, we're just going to have special edition segments only for that. Let's start it off with recapping the NFL. The Colts beat the Titans 34-17. Tannehill threw for 147 yards and 1 touchdown. That's just not going to get it done. Henry ran for 103 yards on 10 carries. We all know who the catalyst is on that team. Rivers threw for 308 yards and 1 touchdown. The Bucks beat the Panthers 46-23. Brady had 341 yards and 3 touchdowns. And running back Jones ran for 192 yards and a touchdown. The Packers squeaked by the Jaguars 24-20. Rodgers threw for 325 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's got a new weapon, wide receiver Valdez Scantling had 4 receptions for 149 yards and a touchdown. That's impressive. If he could continue that with Dante, they're going to be hard to beat. The Dolphins beat the Chargers 29-21. Tua and Herbert both threw 2 touchdown passes. Miami is now 5-3, and that defense is playing excellent. Good job, Miami. Good job. The Giants beat the Eagles 27-17 to move 1 game ahead of the Dallas Cowboys. The Browns beat the Texans 10-7. Nick Chubb rushed for 126 yards and 1 touchdown. Lions beat Washington 30-27. Although Alex Smith threw for 390 yards, Stafford threw 3 touchdown passes. The Steelers beat the Bengals 36-10 as Big Ben threw for 4 touchdown passes on 333 yards. Big Ben is back. The Rams beat Seattle 23-16. Russell Wilson has 6 turnovers in the last 2 games, and they look bad. The Cardinals beat the Bills 32-30. Who says little man can't play in the NFL? As Kyler Murray ran for 2 more touchdown passes, he leads the league. He's ran for 10 touchdown passes in 8 games? 9 games? That's a record, folks. No other quarterback has rushed for 10. Well, Cam Newton did it, but that record's going to be broken. The Saints beat the 49ers 27-13. The Raiders beat the Broncos 37-12. The Ravens play the Patriots tonight. Give me the Patriots with the 6.5 points, as they're a home underdog. Both of those quarterbacks can't really throw, so I think it's going to be a closer game than everybody anticipates. The Vikings play the Bears on Monday Night Football. I'm taking the Vikings, giving up the 3 points. I just don't have any faith in the Chicago Bears whatsoever. And that about wraps it up for football this week. Keep checking with us. We're going to start doing picks earlier during the week, maybe Thursday or Friday. Put some money in you guys' pockets. Until the next time, I'm your host, Reggie Reg. I'll see you bastards next week. Drink a Cristal early morning for breakfast. Hopped in my Lexus, rode to Texas. Super bad freak, some call me a sexist. 16 shots with my Uncle Festus. 300 G's, that's what I invested. 5,000 pounds, if be one of them tested. 100,000 blunts, ain't nobody but mess with. Won't last long, you can almost bet. As I smoke, I drink, and I sell dope. You try to rob me, I cut your throat. Tie your ass, hide your ass on my boat. Toss you overboard, then watch you float. all because you try to steal my dough. I'm the DRO and I'm a kingpin. My bathroom is the same size as my den. My children's stroller are made by Swin. This black motherfucker trying to be my friend. They call him Rack, but his name is Glenn. Got 1.4 ready to spin. 3.0, that's what I land. Everything I do, I always win. Don't drink no scotch, only fuck with gin, nigga.